Hi, this is Coach Rob, and in this video we're going to talk about front quadrant swimming as well as a skill known as fingertip drag. Notice in this first video clip how I always have one arm out in front of me at all times. As you're looking at the screen, you're going to notice my right arm, your left as you're looking at the screen. That's the recovery arm. Okay? What I want you to realize is we tend to get preoccupied with the arm that's in constant motion, and that tends to be the recovery. What I want you to focus on instead is keeping that arm out in front of you longer than what feels normal and even comfortable at times. The reason being is the longer you have something out in front of you, the greater the distance you will cover in between strokes. This is a perfect way to improve your efficiency, not by throwing more effort into it, but rather by thinking. Notice there's a little pause and then my arm starts to pull back. Well, what I'm actually doing is keeping my arm out in front until my recovery arm comes next to my head, because that focal point never changes. This next video we're going to take a look at is what we call fingertip drag drill. This particular skill and drill is something that I believe is very important to master, because what it does is it slows everything down in the water and it'll improve your awareness of body balance. It'll help you become more aware of your rotation. It'll help you become a little bit more aware of where your elbow is at. Here's why. It's nearly impossible for you to drag your fingertips in the water unless you have a nice high elbow. As you're looking at this in slow motion, you'll see how my elbow always precedes my hand. Now, one of the fringe benefits to that is if I don't get good rotation onto my armpit and onto my hip, what ends up happening is I'm not going to be able to get my elbow high enough to actually drag my fingers. Okay? This is also going to put a little more of an emphasis on my body balance, because I'm not increasing my arm turnover to compensate for a sinking hip. I have to press on my chest. So let's put these two skills together. Okay? The idea here is with a little bit of a faster arm turnover, you'll start to see what it's like by swimming nice and tall and leading with a nice high elbow. Alright, so give those two skills a try. Try to stay nice and tall in the water, lead with a high elbow, and you'll improve both your speed and your endurance.